Brandt gave Curl a small nod as he walked across the courtyard. The other monk was on gate duty this afternoon. Passing the alert guardian, Brandt remembered his own entrance into the monastery so many years ago. Curl had been on duty that day as well. He'd recognized Brandt's compulsion and let him inside, literally opening the gates to the next stage of Brandt's life. Without Curl, then, there was no Brandt. Had that gate remained closed all those years ago, Brandt imagined his life would have been darker and much shorter. That fateful decision had been a small one, at least from Curl's perspective. He'd admitted a visitor to the monastery whom he had every right and reason to turn away. The choice meant little to him, but it meant everything to Brandt. Brandt found it easy to find countless such points in his life. When one started searching, dozens of moments burned like stars, choices and decisions that seemed meaningless at the time, but eventually changed the course of a life. Cause and effect. He'd been thinking too often about the concept lately. Everywhere he looked, he saw a vast web of interdependence. He blamed Alena. They might be separated by distance, but she had figured out a way to connect with him. They met in her mental world every week, comparing their learnings. They met in a construct of her mother's kitchen, the place she felt most comfortable. Together, they advanced faster than Brandt believed possible. But it wasn't enough. Even High Keep served as evidence of Brandt's concern. When Brandt had first come here, the monastery had been a hive of activity. It always appeared quiet from outside the walls, but inside, dozens of monks threw themselves into daily training. Today, a bare handful remained. Brandt and Anna lived here, as did Kyla, the abbot. Curl and 6 others rounded out the monastery's current inhabitants. The rest were scattered throughout the empire, teaching their skills to the army and to city watches. Though the citizens of the empire weren't aware of it, they were preparing for a war they had little chance of winning. In another 2 weeks, a group of monks were scheduled to return. Then Brandt and Anna would leave and continue the instruction, while the others continued developing their own skills. Train yourself, then train others. That had been the emperor's last command to the monasteries after Landow. So Brandt trained. More than most monks, he was given the time and space to learn more about the powers that infused their world. Though Kyla would never order him to do so, Brandt still volunteered to train nearby city watches. He didn't believe it was right for the other monks to bear the burden of preparing the people without him. Besides, sometimes teaching led him to new discoveries. Brandt finished crossing the empty courtyard, coming to the abbot's study. He knocked and was welcomed in. Kyla had served as the abbot of High Keep since before Brandt's arrival. She kept her hair cut short, betraying her own distant past in the military. Brandt gave her a short bow as he entered. She wasted no time in pleasantries. "Ready?" "I am." Kyla put her hand on her desk. Brandt heard the sounds of stone shifting within, unlocking a hidden compartment. She pulled an uncut diamond out of the desk, clutching it tightly in her hand. "Which element shall we begin with?" "Water." Without a word, she pulled some water from a nearby cup, letting it gather in the air between them. Then she pushed it at him. Brandt heard the song of Kyla's power and felt the water rushing toward his face. Pushing directly against the water would only cause it to disperse, soaking him. Like a grappler, Brandt elected to use Kyla's strength against her.